What's going on, guys? This is Kashtira. Welcome back. So we're back with another video. So in this video, we're going to cover OCG Metagame report and decklist reviews for the past week. We do have August 25 to September 1. So a week-long span of tournament data gathering, and we are going to cover tournament results from post DBCB only, post deck build crossover breakers. So we have now a grasp and idea on how the DBCB have impacted the metagame in the OCG. So without further ado, let's start. First, we do have Sun CS in Japan, Tayo CS. We do have first Ryzil, first place on the tournament, only 2/7 into the main deck, and there's been a mixture of players that are playing the 7th on 2 and 3 copies, and sometimes there are some people that are not even playing this card. They just want to rely on the bonfire and potentially the desires and prosperity to boost the consistency of this deck. But most often than not, you would see 7th, of course. But there are people that are lesser fortunate, lesser financially capable, so they would opt to play without the 7th because it is very expensive right now. Next would be Snake Eyes, Finsmith as a Mina. Pretty standard, yeah. Play triple change of heart, of course, very strong towards the mirror, and also the Yubel matchup. Next would be Tenpai Dragon, of course, very standard, but the notable uptake on the main deck of Tenpai Dragon was the Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit into the main deck, replacing other stuff like Droll and Lockbird and, yeah, other hand traps like Bell, Diddy Crow. So it gained relevance towards the XYZ mechanism of Ryzil and popularity of Tenpai Dragon, and also the huge numbers of Voices Voice. So the Ghost Ogre will help you to ease out those problems. Next, we do have another Tenpai Dragon, this time with 1 Nibiru into the main deck and triple Veiler. Yeah, and triple Ghost Ogre. So, like I've said earlier, Ghost Ogre is gaining massive reps last week. And moving on, we do have Tetsu Shared Tournament, Centurion. So, pretty standard list. Just play the Ishizu, the Keldo, and Mudora to have graveyard interruptions. Next would be North Kanto CS in Japan. First would be Voices Voice. So, side deck the copy of Blessing. I believe it is also played in some parts of Korea. The Blessing is only on the side deck. I pretty much think that Blessing could hurt you in some breaking situations, but yeah, it is handy on grind game. Next would be Malice. So, another deck that is introduced towards the DBCB, and it instantly made an impact towards the metagame, and potentially the best Link Cyber's deck at the moment, and very explosive and can play multitudes of hand traps into the main deck, and can also access graveyard hate like Shifter and Fissure. Next would be Melodious, Supreme King. So quite different, no? People have opted to play the Magician without the Melodious, but this time they are trying to pick up the Melodious once again. Next would be Malice once again. So played triple Fuaros into the main deck, and also played one Phantasmi. Can be a good body as well and draw power. Next would be Ryzil. Played two talent into the main deck, and also the Spirit, the Aratama and Sakaitama. Of course, very good way to extend plays and start as well. Next would be Tetsu, shared tournament. First would be Metabit, of course. And I believe it is a very good format to play Metabit because of the bunch of Maxi, Fuaros, other hand traps. So playing Metabit or Stun is a good meta call to avoid those draw power hand traps. Next would be Tenpai Dragon once again. So yeah, standard, nothing to say too much. Next would be Kashtira, wow. Kashtira with Sinful Spoils. So Sinful Spoils, another way to have interruptions for the board of a very fragile board of Kashtira, no? Most likely will just rely on Arise Heart. And next would be, what is this? Super Heavy Samurai. Rather, 6 Samurai. So, yeah, played double Twin Twister into the main deck. Maybe this deck is quite bad towards the Floodgate, no? Next would be Ryzil once again with the Gravedigger's deck from the Traptrix XYZ. Next would be another Ryzil. So this time triple Solemn Strike. Very notable as well to have representations when you don't have the 7th. So yeah, Solemn Strike could be a good replacement. Next would be Ritual Beast with Protoss into the main deck, of course, with the Nemesis engine. Next would be top 4 card village tournament in Korea. First would be Yubel. Yeah, first Yubel in our report now. So Yubel probably sitting in the middle of the meta right now because Malice and Ryzil are pretty much taking the meta by storm and they have massive representations. Next would be Exodia. Yeah, Exodia. With the Angel Statue into the main deck. Next would be another 6 Samurai, no? Interesting. This time with Primordial, of course. Next would be Tetsu Shard Tournament. First would be Centurion Finsmith. Yeah, standard. Nothing to say too much about this. Next, Voices Voice. With Ryuge. Yeah, Apodracosis. I'm not really sure what is the updated name for this archetype. Either it's Ryuge or the Apodracosis. Next would be another Voices Voice. Wow, with Apodracosis once again. With double Ogre into the main deck. And next would be Allure, Finsmith. Yeah, Allure. Play Jogen, of course. Access to Jogen, very disgusting. And next would be Voices Voice once again. So bunch of Voices Voice already. Either it's pure, no, or with Ryuge. Next would be Dragon Link with a small, tiny Dragon Maid engine into the main deck with a chamber, of course, and the tidying. Next would be Atlantean Mermail. Triple Typhoon into the side deck from Korean tournament. So yeah, play Genex. Yeah, play Genex as well into this. Next would be Salaman Great. Wow, very budget deck considering that it has AE. Structure deck. Next would be Matmech. Oh, Malice. I figured that it is playing Sigma. So yeah, small engine of Matmech towards this Malice. And next would be Tetsu Shard Tournament. First would be Ryuge, Sword Soul. Another way to play Sword Soul. Wow. Another interesting innovation for the Sword Soul to make it competent in 2024. Glad to see a 2021 deck still has their fighting shot, no? Next would be Ryzil once again. So yeah, pretty standard. Next would be Fire King, Sinful Spoils. Play double Delta into the side deck. And next would be Malice. Yeah, standard as well. Next would be Tetsu Shard Tournament once again. We do have Ice Barrier Gothy. Yeah, Ice Barrier Gothy. Interesting. This is like water pile altogether. And next would be Malice once again. So bunch of Malice already. Yeah, there's like a 4 or 5 Malice already in our report. So it's pretty much expected because the deck is very much appreciated from the enthusiasts of anime girl decks into the OCG region. And next would be Tenpai Dragon, yeah, double Lightning Storm into the main deck. Interesting. Next would be Red Ice. Whoa, this is spicy. Red Ice in 2024. So it played the Metal Morph engine, of course, because it would make the Red Ice viable enough. And of course, Primordial, because you are running a brick on the into the main deck from the Red Ice Black Dragon. Next would be Weibo Shard Tournament in China. First would be Malice Primordial. Interesting. So you have access towards the Cyber's vanilla monster into the Primordial. Next would be Ryzil Primordial. Wow. This time with Primordial once again. So Primordial definitely seeing some traction, no? Considering that people are trying to test out the Primordial engine. Next would be, oh my god, another Primordial Phantasm. Yeah, Phantasm Floodgate with Primordial. And next would be Weather Painters. Oh, Weather Painters with Winter Cherries. Very unique idea because your side deck rather extra deck is spacious enough. Next would be Malice once again. Triple draw into the main deck. No Fuaros. Yeah, no Fuaros into the main deck. Next would be Ryzil once again. Yeah, Ryzil. Triple anti-spell into the side deck. Next would be Tetsu, shared tournament. First would be Ryzil. Yeah, standard. So bunch of Ryzil already in our report. It's like the 8th or 9th Ryzil already. So definitely Ryzil taking the meta by storm. Next would be another Ryzil, of course. This time with Small World. Good alternative towards the 7th. Next would be another Ryzil, this time with Shark, Engine, and Matmech. Whoa. So it is playing two different engines into the main deck with Sharks and Matmech. Next would be Voices Voice. No Ryuge, no Ryuge. Yeah. Next would be Tetsu Shared Tournament. We do have Salamangreat, Triple Talent into the main deck, and also play the Impulse. Next would be Horus, Eldritch. Whoa. With attack failure. Is this even real? With attack failure and Mirror Force? What the freak? What a mad lad. Giga Chad. Next would be Fire King. Yeah, pure. With Sanctum. Oh no, Sanctum. Only Sight. So, of course, Dagda. Shenanigans. Next would be another Fire King. This time, pure version once again. And double Skyburn into the main deck. Next would be Centurion. Yeah, standard. Very standard. Next would be another Melodious Magician. So, second Melodious Magician already. Next would be Gothy with Frogs. Yeah, with Frogs into the main deck. Interesting. Next would be Azamina. Of course, standard. Snake Eyes Azamina. Next would be Ryzil. Yeah, Ryzil. Triple Veiler into the main deck. Next would be Fluandris. Yeah, Fluandris. Triple Feather Storm. And one Fisher only into the main deck. Next would be Marineford Tournament. First would be Traptrix Ragnarayka. Very bold. Yeah. Considering that Fawaros is relevant. This is really bold. And next would be Malice once again with VCL into the main deck. Another way to trigger the Malice cards now. Next would be Centurion Finsmith with deck lockdown, of course. Next would be, what is this? Endymion. Yeah, Endymion. Wow. Endymion in 2024. Next would be another Marineford TCG tournament. First would be Labyrinth with Finsmith, triple Power Sync Stone. Very mandatory towards this build. Next would be Tenpai. Yeah, standard triple Phantasmi. The only notable. Next would be Valmonica, Finsmith. Yeah, played Red Reboot into the side. And next would be Thunder Dragon. Pure control Thunder Dragon. Interesting. With 2 DD Crow. And no Bestials. Yeah, no Bestials. Next would be Tetsu Shared Tournament. We do have Sharks. So, Sharks kinda barely holding on into the format. They have now lesser representations than before. Next would be Exo Sister. A very good meta call deck. Went 6-1. Yeah, 6-1 on the tournament. Really solid showing from this Exo. Next would be tournament in Japan. First would be Fire King, Snake Eyes. No Finsmith. Yeah, no Finsmith. Next would be Tear Laments. Oh my god. When will people stop playing Tear Laments? The answer is we don't know. Of course, Tear Laments players will cope and cope every time to make the deck playable. And next would be Snake Eyes. Yeah, standard. Only one Pankrataps, of course. Next would be Tenpai Dragon once again with double Book of Eclipse into the side deck. So, bunch of Book of Eclipse in our side deck pattern, no? Recently. Next would be top 4, Marineford, TCG. First would be Manadium, of course. Manadium with Red Reboot into the main deck. Interesting choice. Next would be Ryzil once again. Double Talent. So, Talent kinda seeing so much reps towards the Ryzil, no? And next would be Voiceless Voice. Yeah. With triple Dominus Purge. Next would be Centurion Finsmith. Yeah, standard. Next would be Malice. Once again. Double Signet Mining. and Bestial Trio. Next would be Tetsu Share Tournament, Best 8 Tournament. We do have Voices Voice. Once again, bunch of Voices Voice in our report. Probably this is like the 10th already, or 11th Voices Voice. Next would be, oh, Ryzil once again. This time, patronize a bunch of going first cards, Judgment, Iron Thunder into the side. Next would be another Ryzil. This time, bunch of traps into the side deck. Anti-spell, skill drain, summon limit, of course, all of those stuff. And next would be Malice with Allure into the main deck. Next would be another Ryzil. So it's pretty much Ryzil all over, no? This is very huge, huge swing from the meta in the OCG. Ryzil definitely taking the meta game as the potentially best deck. It's too much early to say that, but I believe Ryzil is definitely up there. And moving on, we do have another Ryzil. Yeah, Ryzil this time with notable tech. I don't know the name of the card after the 7th. Really interesting tech. Next would be Tenpai 6-1. Yeah, standard. Next would be another Ryzil. Oh my god. This time with summon limit into the main. Next would be Chimera. Triple Change of Heart. Next would be another Ryzil, of course. Another Ryzil. And next we do have another Ryzil. Oh my god. This time triple anti-spell and only... Oh, it is playing Purulia. Wow, interesting. Next would be Malice. Yeah, standard list as well. Double Splash Mage for recovery is the second copy of this deck. Next would be Ryzil once again. Oh my god. There's like 20 Ryzils already, no? So this time, play triple Droll into the side. And attack yun engine, trap card into the main deck. And next would be Malice once again. Played Judgment and anti-spell. Next would be Malice once again. This time with Gold Sark into the main deck. Next we do have Spiral. Yeah, Spiral... Spiral Horus 60. I believe it is 60 with Horus. Next would be Centurion, Triple Fissure into the main deck. No Finsmith, of course. You wouldn't dare to play Finsmith on this build. And next would be Tetsu Shard Tournament. We do have Ryzil with Shark Engine. Next would be Ryzil once again, this time with Finsmith. Next we do have Tenpai, of course, Triple Droplet, and Double Purulia. Next we do have Fire King once again, same list as earlier, I think. Next would be Tetsu Share Tournament. Oh my god! I am losing my brain cells by just looking at the 3 decks in this report. First would be Dynamorphia. Oh my goodness. Dynamorphia with the Bonk and Labyrinth engine. And next, oh my god. Whew! Chain Burn. Goodness. Lord. Magic Cylinder and just the search into the main deck. Ridiculous. And the last but not the least, Witchcrafter. Runic. Oh my goodness. Runic Witchcrafter with Reasoning. Next we do have Tetsu Share Tournament. Voices Voice with Apodrocosis. Next we do have another Voices. I believe this is the same as earlier. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken. Next would be Tetsu Share Tournament. First would be 6 Sams. Yeah. With Primordial. Next would be Centurion. And next would be Ryzil once again. And next would be Mementotlan. Yeah. With 1 for 1. Next would be Tetsu Share Tournament. First would be Rescue Ace. First Rescue Ace. Oh wow. First Rescue Ace for all of those decks. This is the first Rescue Ace that we have seen. Huge fall from the R Ace. And next would be Tenpai, Regeki into the main. Next would be Malice once again. Triple Signet. Next would be Ryuge, Melodious. Wow. So the Melodious now have a Shen on their board. Next would be Malice once again. Yeah, standard. Next would be Snake Eyes without. Oh, it has Finsmith. Yeah. Next would be Ryzil once again with Sharks into the main deck, and Lancey, of course, to answer the Malice. It is very notable. Next would be Branded Bestial with Tier Laments. Yeah, with Tier Laments and Whitewoods. Next would be Phantasm. So this is like the third Phantasm in our report. Yeah, pretty much. So Phantasm definitely have a resurgence from the Primordial. Next would be Tetsu Share Tournament. Voices Voice. Yeah, standard. Ryzil. And next would be Ryzil once again. And next we do have Malice. Next we do have another Ryzil. This time, only played one Aratama and one Sakaitama into the main deck. Next we do have Voices Voice. And next we do have Malice once again. Triple Ultimate Slayer. And next we do have Dragon Link with Metal Morph into the main deck. And next would be Ryuge Dynamorphia. My goodness. So Dynamorphia pretty much seeing play, no? Interesting. Despite the odds of time rules. Next we have Drytron. Triple Sphere mode, of course. Very disgusting towards the Drytron. Next would be Phantasm. Fourth or third Phantasm in our report. Wow. Phantasm definitely upping their game. Wild representations from Phantasm. And next would be Ryzil. Triple Sakaitama, no Aratama into the main deck. Next would be Snake Eyes, Fire King. Yeah, standard. And next would be Ritual Beast with Skill Drain and TC into the main deck. Next would be good stuff, basically. Earth, Pile. Yeah. Next would be Snake Eyes. Yeah, standard. Nothing to say too much about this. Next would be Snake Eyes with... Oh, without Finsmith. Oh, this is spicy. No Finsmith into the deck. Great way to play Snake Eyes in a very budget manner. Next would be Sharks. 2 Sharks, 3 Sharks in our report, no? Not bad, yeah, not bad. Next would be Exodia. Exodia Super Heavy Samurai. Next would be Rescue Ace. Only second Rescue Ace, no? In our report. Yeah, they are definitely struggling. This, or rather last week. Next would be another Rescue Ace. Third Rescue Ace. Fourth only. With triple Cosmic. Next we do have Uyubo Share Tournament. We do have 6 Sums once again. Yeah, with Primordial. So 6 Sums, a bunch of tops this week, no? Interesting. Next would be Dino, Ryuge. Yeah, without... Oh, with Protoss. Yeah, it is playing Protoss. Next would be Branded. Yeah, Branded 42. Next would be Whitewood 60. Next we do have Fluandris, double Book of Moon into the main deck. Next would be Centurion with double Gamma Seal into the side deck. Interesting. So Kaijus now are more viable, maybe because of Ryzil or Malice, potentially. And next would be Malice once again. Triple deck lockdown into the side deck. And yeah, that sums up our OCG Metagame report and deck list reviews from August 25 to September 1. So if you found this video informative and helpful, please consider subscribing. It definitely motivates me a lot. So once again, thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.